Bebe Edison some no Edoson. Yen share the baby akotene. Ora Brian Champon Edia to just say after 2024 NPP phone to the nyina candidate a wo yi no so ne ensem fata sa wo no mo de ne ko. Ghana Journalists Association no main central phone kabomuko say one more Ghana National Fire Service for na watch me no pepe say one more Emra Bontain na and some training and what you class media one more bro no one more go and who am and accountability series akoso na was was dance so ebo amane se enche about the Jumadie bia e di Greenville housing program eba na mensini bia ebenya adampon ben aduonu ewo ho. Abusia de yaboboso yi ene afoforo binom ena anwumre yi ya bekinkan midi e de AFIA chumwa Kaakyire mene
Obrempong Lisbon Perry ye frasie dia na ne ye frasie e de afri pandai abato empesua no so na enche ye ene o my Ghana eje ensreha wobia sema na woka ene se pandai abato ya ekoso afia etwa mu no parliamentary candidates ya ne din ene honorable Matthew Nyandam wono ena wogina mu edema NPP amanyoko no ene ebeto dwa ema wodi kopie mu ewo Tamale High Court se ekwan ya wofo aso edi yi mrahye bedwani na ense emfata eno nti High Court ebo abato no results no etuguye enam so ema ensem no esan ekopie mu ewo Supreme Court waman court batan na ene se mene wo kasai court no ede aba emonten so se ensem a Tamale High Court eka ye na wobo abato no result no etugu ye nyina womo entu Matthew Nyandam wono enko na wonkodi ne mrahye bedwa ewo pandai abato empesua no so na ebra Matthew Nyandam honorable wodi nkunim no ene enije ne osebo pa wodi nsembi atudwa.
First of all, Almighty God, what is done in my life, and to thank my lawyers, and also use this opportunity to thank the Supreme Court judges for the ruling, because it's clear that the people wanted to change the will of the people of Rwanda, but the Supreme Court has affirmed the will of the people, and I'm most grateful to them. I also want to thank the party from the head to the bottom, that is national, regional, and the constituency, for the support they've given me. And the people of Rwanda, I'm sure that when you are in Rwanda today, you will see the joy of the people, because they voted for me and they expected me to serve them for the 4 years. I also want to thank His Excellency, the former Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, for the support he's giving me throughout. I am most grateful. May God add several years to his current years, and I know by the will of God to serve this nation.
Rashid Tanko wanonso ede ensem ne bi atudwa wokopie mu wo NDC amanyoko ni mu a wopanyin abedi akire ya wono enehwe abato so ewo NDC abadwoko num wode ensem ne bi atudwa no sehwe ye twen pa ye twen se Supreme Court ede nkrata no ebeba abonten ne yahwe ekwan a ye de befa so.
decision of the court. I mean, as a political party, we respect the decision of the court. But we disagree. I mean, we disagree with the rule because we realize that people should not use technicalities to negate a criminal act. Criminal act in the sense that if you look at what happened at the Tamale High Court, the ruling, if you go and take the ruling itself, where we've realized that some polling station recorded up to 1,400 votes, 1,200 votes. You and I know the highest you can get in an election is 750. And so if somebody saw this and decided to use technicality, backdoor means, I mean, I'll call it backdoor subtle means, to get this kind of verdict, the only thing is that we respect the court decision. That is the effect the law laws have spoken. But we will wait for the ruling itself on the 6th of February. We will study it, our legal team will study it, and then we'll take action afterwards. But I can assure you, this is just the beginning. The matter is not ended. There are other options that we have under
was the new Patriotic Party NPP amanyoko no ho bi wade ne ntoaba bepiema santimantem ha ko achimampo no abato mpesua so delegate wo ho atwahia ama Dr. Brian Champon akasa wose esade wo kwa wo ensem papa wo betimi aton na nipa wo di sanu animu no nya de omanfo pa ye tide wo hauba enti 2024 MPP fontro ya won mudi ni poto e wa abato mu nyina gina choice ya wo mo ye ya na enye papa wose Ghana ha wo shezongo communities dodo e wo mu a e 3000 mpemiensa nanso abato ni nsunsanso ba ye ya omokeka ne masi ani no MPP 40 mewene wo mu ba akopem eno na ema akonwa na won mo esan aprebie mu no wonsa entumi anka nti obesre se bremu o mo san akoto aba no wapani obetumi aprenka bomum na wakeka ne manyina si ani zongo communities ne miamia aka na won mo nam so ede akodi nkunim ene sesa woto aba ema no yentie Brian Champon
2024 Ghana Bonua regions baku and so are Ghana and so 7 Yay amanyukwa esopa Ghana ha NPP amanyukwa Yentime winning region constituency baku ground Volta Oti Upper East Upper West Savannah Blue East Western North Yay amanyukwa esopa your presidential candidate Yentime winning constituency baku ground Yekokaya John Mahama if we Savannah region to have 7 constituencies now. Yeke candidate Bawumia Free North East 6 constituencies now. Mahama Tiniba North East ebe we need 3 miensa. Yeke Tinia we need Bakukra or Savannah. Yekokaya yes here we concern number 2. Yes, I have come to a bank of Ghana. MPP Western Region Coco Ninja to about the Maye. Coco Ninja. They got to about 2024. The whole Western Region, 17 constituencies. A do so. MPP, MPP to about Takradia. Takradia. Yet we beat NDC 20,000 votes. AFIA 2024 yekoto aba the whole Western Region MPP baako benya baako enukura mpuno yebiti NDC 400 Central Region and 23 constituencies in Central Region. Presidential MPP Yemu. Oko in Ukraine. Constituencies back we are Sunlight 34. Yekotu about presidential MPP Yemu. And we are Sunlight Michelle and never press the sorry day. Maybe there be so we are not going to Abamamia. Every person there for the discipline at the Bayamani. Inyasi bẹ̀rẹ̀ bí wà yẹ kọ́sù wẹ̀ yà lẹ́yìn òkúrò. Ẹ̀bẹ̀tìmí akọ́sù à ọ̀bẹ̀tìmí ẹ̀wí ní pàwà. Bẹ̀bí ẹni bí àsè. Radio, TV, social media.
Any north, and what you see offense and also north and south. One delegate Etchin Koma Hono. What the anu ye be ba efa Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeye na hotedi Edinapo. Nin sembia wakeka na nsense enfien so ne fa wodi ye wa Akufo-Addo cabinet so no. Wa hunu nipa bia sabimpredua sanana dwene mu do e wa cabinet members no mu a esene Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Na Brian Eyia no ansana no yenshe Matthew Opoku Prempeye said ya waka ne nsembra na wo bontoa ama Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no.
Me Matthew Opoku Prempeye me say cabinet say enfien so ene fa. Edu be kra de na o twe bia na the policy ba akoko parliament cabinet o. Aso me ko ya no fe mo breme me hu nyansafo. A o cabinet wa sebi na na dwimu Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Enti Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeye semia wadi tu dwabra na wogina simpie so bontoa ama Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no. Enna Dr. Brian Champon abetifi MP na wo pre Frank Etuodibre wo yi ano e wa Fija Kwabre north and south and offense north and south bra one money delegate Asia ye yentie na no yi.
Ene nra mitie se me bra penny na po o say obetina cabinet dem ho no we hu onyansafo bia se yera Bawumia na mitie sa kasa no na misi mitie ase na me bompaye se onyankopon maye nkoso a maye akoma esani se ye penkabom ewo ya manyokuo yimu ti onkoso a na onye den o maye akoma no na nsem bi sa no ye montra na yentimi enkoye nim. Mede masem no eba ewieye no na mede adesrede no ni Nyankopon ensre presby Nyankopon ensre mu odene ade mamo momuame enkontra se wotu abade amame momuame no ye campaign na eye ya woda efie da ne memene da no ba be ye de aboame na kwan bia so no mete mehu na oboa me a me nso me di me boshe so nti no me so meboa o
Sadie oman Ghana wo bepiemu wa hanomo anansentemu no Ghana for asode ene aposifo Ghana Fire Service for wono eboban ene timamufo eti won hugu ensentrofo so na ne abridambrada wobu wonum an se wobu womu wonpese wobekoso aye adwuma asefse boye eno enam so ama ensentrofo kuba tankese wo my Ghana mu Ghana Journalists Association GJ empanimfo afren sentrofo enhyiamu na onkyeremu ahodo a wode etudwa na woka ene se ebra NPP amanyoko no ebeko primaries na wonum akoto aba ayi franka tufo no ensentrofo ntimi ntina fie ye yentimi kura eno nti ye bepiemu wo honom ne yabehwe se abato no ekosen na yenso yetimi anya bi abeka eno nti wode kokobo ensem eko de ama NPP empanimfo eni nipa num ya wonum asan wo hwene so se wo best 2 franka de ama NPP amanyoko no se wonyina wonhwe na wonkasa nkire wonachidifo se de beya wonum ebetimi abo ensentrofo ho ban wampese wobeti bone matimu maka obia efa ensentrofo ho ebra Ghana Journalists Association wonum president ekasa no ensem sei na odito Ghana enim ne din de Albert Kwabena Jomfo.
The GJ reiterates its call on the leadership of the New Patriotic Party to take full responsibility for the safety of journalists during its upcoming presidential primary to elect a flag bearer. We urge the party to clearly and publicly caution its supporters against attacking, intimidating, or obstructing journalists who will be deployed to cover the process. Political competition must never be allowed to degenerate into violence against the media. The GJ will be actively monitoring the entire election process through our regional structures across the country and will not hesitate to name and shame any individual or group that assault journalists in the course of this assignment. GJA red lines, non-negotiable standards for journalist safety. And these are red lines. In light of the escalating threats and attacks, the Ghana Journalists Association hereby set out the following red lines, which must never be crossed under any circumstances. No journalist must be assaulted, arrested, threatened, or obstructed for performing lawful professional duties, whether by state security officers, political party supporters, or private individuals. 2. No security agency is permitted to confiscate journalist equipment, delete content, or demand permission for coverage of events of public interest. What are you hiding? What do you have to hide? We are public interest media, and we don't need authorization. We don't need consent. We don't need approval to discharge our constitutional mandate as a public interest media. If it is a private engagement, fine. But once you are serving the nation, the interest of the public, no journalist need any authorization from any uniform officer or whatever to discharge their duty. 3. No reported threat against a journalist must be ignored or treated casually. All threats must trigger immediate risk assessment, protection, and investigation. 4. Internal disciplinary measures alone are unacceptable where criminal conduct against journalists has occurred. Such cases must be prosecuted in open court. Silence by institutions after attacks on journalists is unacceptable and will be interpreted as storylines for impunity. And I take the 5 again. Silence by institutions after attacks on journalists is unacceptable and will be interpreted as storylines for impunity. The GJ will vigorously pursue accountability for any violation of these red lines and will not hesitate to escalate matters to national and international partners where necessary. Our international partners are waiting on us to brief them.
Ora Albert Kwabena Jomfo amananso hwa. Wasai kasafa nansɛn Class Media Group omonso ye de obo adwuma kuo ba ko a ewo enkramantem wonu adwuma ye ni ya na wo ye na adwuma ewo kaso a wode Samuelado na Ghana National Fire Service for etugu ne sobro no sunsuno eho de agije pani eka ene se wo ma firefo na fuadunan wamumra bonten emekyere sa fire officers na wamubro Samuelado no anamo a watu afa won ho edian asotwen ena wode ama wonom eno ya asemba ko afei de atoso mienu ene se opani a wakasa ede ma omadum judgment na asem ni nyina si ye ne kwan a wofa so a wobedi nkomo e woda abonyumanum na nsem fata nti ono wo mo hiare assignment adwuma se PRO onyin free ne nsem na won fa ne fa ba bi foforo ba bi wode ne be fa de wo mo nhye ho Kwabena Jomfo se Ebremu ase Ghana for yaman sem trefo fa hodie no ato ape na no so de nyaade a won mo ebesososo na ade an ani agye won se mampani John Dramani Mahama hye sasa officers no wo mo bro nsem treni wo abra wo ye na dwuma Ghana mrama ne ho kwan na wonti obi anka no wo mo mfa sa officers no amfa mra kwan so enti se Ghana National Fire Service for ntu sa na mo no na nafuadu nan no eso a Ghana Journalists Association for ebema wo blackout bibia ni hwa wo beya da obofo ebekobi.
In light of the foregoing, The Ghana Journalists Association demands the following. 1. A public release of the investigation findings and sanctions by the Ghana National Fire Service. A public release of the investigation findings and sanctions by the Ghana National Fire Service. We are giving the fire service a 14 days ultimatum. We are giving the fire service a 14-day ultimatum to act on this request, failing which will take drastic measures against them, including and not limited to blacklisting. Failing which will take drastic measures against them, including but not limited to blacklisting. The immediate release of the PRO of the Ghana National Fire Service. This cannot be compromised. We can't work with him. Failure to do so, the GJ will have to take a position and advise our members and all media practitioners in the country as such on our position. So within these 14 days, we expect them to do this 2 things. Or reassign him, we don't care. Should we remove him from there? We cannot deal with him. And let me also add that we are not only leaving the issue of criminal investigation alone or for the internal sanctions alone. We have taken both steps. As we speak now, our lawyers are busily preparing summons to take several action against the perpetrators of this erroneous attack, of this barbaric attack, which occurred in Kaswak. First, as you may all recall, they were defending and saying that the officers in question have not even been identified, and they cannot even confirm whether they are their officers or whether they work for them. That was how it came. Later they said the journalist was not attacked. They only seized his phone and deleted pictures. Now we have all heard from the president, who has directed the immediate addition of this officer. So where are the officers? Now we know the officers now. Now it is very clear that they are officers of the Ghana National Fire Service. They are staff of the Ghana National Fire Service for that matter. And so we have the full details. And so aside the prosecution, we have the support of the media house, Class Media Group Limited, as well as the victim, that is our colleague who was also assaulted. We have the full support to take several action, to take legal action against these officers. So we are going to ensure that all the actions are enforced.
Ewo aban enkutabuo ensemuno ene eduru honomu a wosoafo bia ya aban abodin no wobeba na wababu akonta e de akire wo my Ghana sebra yebo wudin e de to asoye bia no jumadi ahodo ben e na wodie sika ahodo a ye de ma wo juma ben e na wodi aye na nei se me ne wo kasai minister ya wono e na wo hye housing and Works, Minister for Housing and Works, Honorable Gilbert Kenneth Ejei ekopiemu ewo honum na ebra okopiemu wo ho na wo kasa sehwe ye ba o my Ghana ya tete nsem ahodo pinu a na yanso ye de yani ehunu bi adan eho ayeden pa wo my Ghana mu eno nti enam so ama adan buo se wo ko han dan pa pe ba bi ade wuti ato no enka eya ye se eya asemsebe ewo man yimu se okokro kase mu anase enketo anim nyina adan ebo ayeden eno enam so ama Ghana ban ya His Excellency John Dramani Mahama edano ayen siseye bi a wonum ede ba ye fra no Greenville Housing na Greenville Housing no de etie ne se wonum beka bompa na ne mansini ahodo a ebo my Ghana mu nyina wonum de adan ahodo aduonu adankoranko aduonu ede ma mansini bia na dankora ba ko bia no ewomu 2 bedrooms anonti aban no eye nsiseye a wonum eba na ebeboa ma adan abu wo manim na ebo na ededa dan so no so atimi akofom ebra honorable Gilbert ekasa no sei na okan no
Greenville District Housing Program. As part of the decentralization agenda and in line with government's commitment to affordable housing, my ministry has initiated the Greenville District Housing Program, a strategic intervention targeting low to middle income earners at the district level. In its pilot phase, the program has commenced in 8 districts, namely South Dai, Asojaman, Achimansa, Ajumako Enyan Esiem, Achima Kwangoma, Doma West, Bole and Tamale, and at various levels of completion now. Each district is earmarked to receive 22-bedroom housing units as part of the first phase of the project. A hybrid construction approach using compressed earth bricks and sandcrete blocks is being adopted, prioritizing sustainability, cost efficiency, and resilience. The official launch of the Greenville District Housing Program is expected to be performed in the short term. This milestone marks a significant step towards decentralizing housing delivery and advancing social equity, inclusivity, and improved living standards across the country. National Rental Assistance Scheme. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the National Rental Assistance Scheme, established by the government in 2023 as a social housing program, aims to facilitate access to rental properties for qualifying beneficiaries by providing rent advance. The scheme is currently being piloted in 6 regions, namely
Honorable Minister for Works and Housing Ekosoa the Nsemne bi tuja sa oba oman Ghana ene ensuo mu na ya na ne babia yiri ensuo no nyantoye mpo no na babia yiri dada enkankane Kumasi Krupon kese mu ene enkranpomponi mantam de ene edutwam eno enam so ama Ghana ban aye nhyehyeye bi ene great projects ya wonum eye no enkranpomponi mantam mu no wonum enam so ama aban akopesika botene pa ya wonum ede ebewuram ewa asante mantam Krupon Kumasi mu na wodi abehwe se biaya ahodo a se ensuo to a na eyiyiri fa nipa ene ejapade no wonum behwe na watretrem na wabɔ modern se de beya ensuo to a asomdwe ene omanyi eho ebeto yen.
In response to emerging flood risk in the Greater Kumasi metropolitan area, drawing on lessons from the ongoing Garrett project, the government secured grant funding to conduct strategic flood risk assessments across 3 key drainage basins, i.e. Sisa, Wiwi, and Abuabo. The consultants engaged to assess community-specific vulnerabilities in low-income areas such as Abuabo and Asowasi, as well as identify flood-prone zones within the broader Kumasi urban area, have submitted draft reports to the ministry, recommending a range of flood mitigation measures. Short-term proposals include dredging and drainage cleansing, enforcing building regulations, adopting flood-sensitive land use planning, and establishing a Kumasi flood early warning system. For the medium to long term, the reports suggest removing key bottlenecks in major drains, implementing a room for the river approach to restore floodplains with prospects for resettlement, while establishing a coordinated, sustainable waste management system for the metropolis. The ministry is seeking the needed resources to begin the process that will bring relief to the people of Kumasi. The government therefore remains resolute in its commitment to sustainably address flooding and its related challenges through continued investment, enhanced institutional collaboration, and community engagement.
Ebusuafo esan sempenisi aboso ba ne ma eja payenti awia ya de moko Bechem Technical Institute ekwahye adesre ya chechrefo ne sukun kwade wo nyina ka bomodi to aban anim na asam no asefem tie sese edrum panimfo anim yie na wonom etu ho anamo ne nyina fa sukun no akade ene eniema ebi eni ho ama adekire ne adesua aye bibia wo ho ama wonom ne woka ene se wo classroom sa eya adesua dan ankwada na tena musua de no esha enti otimi esese suafo no epeso sa wo bi kura nya ne ho twabre ene odi asua de enti ama kyerɛkyerɛfo ne nkwada ne nyina ho kyere won mo papa sa adesua ene adekire papa eben asuafo na aboboa no ewo Bechem Technical Institute no mo de abawon na akyerɛkyerɛfo no ekyere won mo haw ene eniema wo famusi
mpanyinfo wana wokan bia wom omampanyin na nananom oya yere ho pa de boko class na lecturer de no ana one classroom pe no nkrofo be 330 bogu classroom a wo sua mathematics na mibisa de ebia yina ya ko school dey inti se nkrofo 130 ogu class na ana 330 ogu class na lecturer wa de a lecturer on math a obi moje nyina ho book kita wo nsem na wo kyera. As a teacher, what will you feel? Ompong ko yaku one dormitory baby awada baby even mo gwaro crown oya yoroho nsu tompa what tank no what boss nyinara egugu nsu mu obi mo de nuase adan ba ko pe what dey classroom what dey stores what dey bibia enti ana menyu kese eba bo hu de mattress a wo fo wat wo sika de one famra na nka at least one medadon but when you na bo de matters or the former emofra what pon class a wokoko de dado awo mfufum abra owo ina maboni nyinara atiete se ewo yempatemi me no ka sempo tiefi a yefe ni tiefi ana eja na yefe ni janan school ni mpo ye mamadi mpo ni yempo ye bisa ho because afa na onya ba bi onna ya ye nka tiefi ho asem agwa impo de on the bobo ya
me you ka say school ha ye vice principal administration ye vice principal academic ye HODs school la all ye 10 courses chede ati biara olokodu school ha on say school inti ma yesra yin de abanambra mboboy hen bechem hin ombra mohwe school yi wo kire de dam afia ye wo mi we nya mfi edusia a o kire de 60 years say oyeyimpa nka olokwa na ahomjim enyi baby eda classroom say ba enyi baby eda classroom say ba sa on na yazi ye 10 courses into form 1 to form 3 yes then na ye achacha fo nyi baby da was school ha achacha fo nda ha school ha sabu fryer mma se opedo okwa hospital kra na o chede oyede ne yanku abofraba na onye no ko so yesuemu so tide no oyede abofraba na onye no ko nti ebesre hiane tinabia wahaze obia tumo he ne dan kakra aha nti teachers nyi ndai
ene da hono wa wo hwemfoni ye twagu ani su ya no kwasem sensem fata se nipa ekotena Bechem Technical Institute se okọ akosua de sukun kwada ni bi kasa ye won ma da sukun mo ho ye borders no won mo stress mpanimfo mesi dan ma won dormitories na wo manya baabi e de wonti ato e mai won titiri kura se sebi mpredua sabayoa ebia no akonfikyire wadware awie e ba be wura dem pese osiesie ho dom no ebi ni ho wo mo ne mema nso na etwa hye ba ne saa emmoa ema wo mo ntumi nkuta wo mudie mu no wonkata wo ho nsie ti asam no eye wo ma werɛ ho papa aban emrem
eye Bechem Technical Institute bia ye gina ye bia ye dware ha ne dware ye kwa class ha ne bi dware ba ye hwe bia ya aha se ba bia ye dware okwa da schools na hwe bia we aha se ba bia ye dware ti esra ban se o meboa ye na ye na ba bi pa ne dware yes re be timi esuade but I be timi de how be abre be timi de how be abre pa I see cry be yare pa ye do mo ko hospital na ada omo check omo say malaria na ada I think so last week no cry you could will be cry inside there no na ba could be cry by inside one ti esra ban na between paying for say the straw mama on my yamwa, a be during the any no make a count.
Hi, here is Bichem Technical Institute, and then yes, our battles here we bath, and then if you're looking at it, it's not well arranged, and then here I take my bath this morning, seeing the place is not good, and then with this structure or with this structure, some places like this give us infections. Looking at these places, such places like this give us infections when we reach the health center, because there are some sicknesses. Last time I went to the hospital, and then they even said the sickness are having itches down here, and they said this such sicknesses come from the bathhouse where it's not well hygienic. So that's one of our challenge, and then we are appealing for the authorities to come to our help and help us with such things like this, our bathhouse, and then our dormitories. If you go to our dormitories, this our trunks, they are packed outside, and then there are not enough dormitory for us to sleep.
You're facing him a brain, now I say. Your bread has your bread to do. You never be crying that a form near that, the impact one yada. Nipa bear 5 ne gumpamians as students mattress and someone when chia. In the nipa 5 you a use. At the form your boys in the crabby the quotas. And your fair. Yenya class and na young kunya cranny at Nasu school was say. A higher basa, and so the beer a trace capicia is 4.5. Or beer and me one papa with the year. I was school was say. House deals. The beer by a jeans, you want papa be on was school was say. It's a slim penny for. Any of a buying penny for a slim any deal. Mumwaya kakla. I'm Mumwaya and I blood to school I say. A man who does. A giant dining hall, any book school I say. Yeah, but prospectus so what the Maya. Much of a category set by a car home. And so by a penny deed that it do a dome. It do a dome. Nya baby na high basanti. Yes, lemony dear quanso. A penny for. Momoye.
Baby, ejira girls di dormitory ya woni girls ya doma ya woni ye nya baby kula na ye ne mesisi ye ba school ha no muka che ye parents say school dan no go school na chi girls di na chi and so ye ba ye nya class kula na ya tinam uko school ma uko class a umla na si fi uchi akoko hwede na every time bi omuji ye PTA di semester bi omusi free education so semester bi a omuji ya 4.5 any semester bi a
Ebusia ohwe manima ohunu se niema sakra no kwasem se me ye oba tanti asem no eye mawre papa na mebunso afu ye bisa headmaster ya wo hwe Bechem Technical Institute school no se PTA any house deals na wono mo gifri nkwada no o mawofo nchen no sebe wo mo de ye de ade wo mo no mu na abai enti na wodi sika no ya wo mo fanye mpuntunwuma na se headmaster ne ba e wo sa school yi mu na hwebaabi ankwada edware ene enchensedan mi hu bi kura che se Bechem haya Bechem Technical Institute na edwaya ankwada edware wo mu eye enchense keke eni abobo wonu mu gina ho kura na mframa fa na abayo na be ma na gina ho na se chense ni dwirigu fom na chese na dagem ena obi a ehye enti we pa headmaster ni teacher fo ye wo ho eye wonu mu fe na memfa so bo no mo headmaster bebre Bechem mensini no District Education Directorate empanimfo so yeden ye besre Ghana Education Service Ministry of Education Bechem District Education Directorate empanimfo said the ekoso e wo Bechem Technical Institute no sebi sign papa eni kwan se esie timpanimfo ntu anamo free sabre ya no akwada bi kura enya sa school no a obekasa wonko enti dakro ye beda sorry no unya student baako e wo BTI ho eno akwadentete Facha News esrempanimfo se enkwada ne da ache ne wo mu yie die enti wontu anamo papa bi emfa asemi ho ye begina ha ne ahomekase no so
sininumu ena ye koyi na ukopie mu a sɛdeɛ timamufoɔ ɛne adwadifoɔ wɔna ɛwɔ hɔ ɛyɛ adwuma nyinaa aka wɔn ho abomu na wɔsumu esu ni nyinaa se kyerɛ ne sɛ wɔnom akwan atete apansam kraa yɛno ɛnam so ama adwuma ɛntimi ɛnkɔso akɔneabadie ɛntimi ɛnkɔso ɛwɔ asante mantam ahafoano south west mansini no mu ɛno nti ɛma akuadwuma ya ɛsɛsɛ wɔyɛ na wɔde mfudie ɛba kurom ɛbɛtɔn no yɛntimi ɛnyɛ saa nso ɛna sɛ wɔn a ɛtɔn adeɛ adwadifoɔ sɛ wɔnom betumi anya kaa adi akɔneaba ama wɔn dwadie atimi akɔsoɔ no ɛno so ayɛ boakye bidin ɛno nti wɔbɔ aban ɛne mpanimfoɔ ya wɔnom ɛwɔ hɔ srɛ wɔn sɛ wɔmra wɔn moa na wɔmetumi ɛnyɛ kwan no ɛmfama wɔnom sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a ɛbɛboa ama mpuntuo atimi aba so ɛwɔ manhyia anwɔ ɛne nkuroto ahodoɔ a atwitwa hɔ ahyia nyinaa
akɔbɛ mfie de so ne kwan kan si so da afidie de ju kwan ye bi si so da ɛso ya to aba da afidie ya to aba nti wona ba kan sa kai madwene na o madwene dada nti de di kan hia ye pa ne sɛ obi kan sɛ adwuma na mai maso metietia ye fema Isaac Mante
na mo ba ye fala ka so to yan ka yiri ya bedu pipo na ase ya boys na ne etwa nnua ne yese omo se o kyena ba ba ye kwan ne hu hwe te srem ka kwan ne bi gine de hia pa srem pa nti no mo hwe na mo ye hu ye
si se de problem pa ye light mo se post ni nyina ka se de wise ba bi si se so de wogidi se DC ya ba ye de light yi ade hia pa nti na ne se ye board e se ka jinu ni nyina me hia na tu bi an che na ade fa light no light ni ade
hwe se ko sen te hwe se be papa na ya me mo no ble omuntimi nkoma ana se be ko foro kana kuani a ko tere obi hu pe na watwe ne ho se ko fu ho afọ se ho bon wo ho nti ya sra mo pa am kasa mo ai se ye bi mo yire nyem ebi mo kwa yire mo daduro so adwuma ya na ye ka de mo de hwe wo mo nti ma asama na se mo mo ai mo bi se mo se de na asi mo ka no kwan se na asi se mo te so a mo nte so mai no fa sika mai mo nte so a na sika ba nso ma na mbra na ye bre ya sra mo
Mansini Krachi Panyini Honorable Abubakar Sadiq enso ejina simpie so ena woka echire mu se ane de anemanfo ka nyina enokura de ebi wom pa eno nti wo sre se wonum efiri ho a wokọ aban ho na wonum aka ho abom se de beya wo betimi abaye won moa na mpuntu a abo wonum se de junso abo akokọ no etimi aba ama akwan ahodo a asai ewo mpasua no so nyina wonuma ka bom na waye e de ama won
aba behwe so because I never akwa say be me DC but me say politician me da amanyoku ano so send it 2020 nyama kunda makoma so no ye ba ha be campaign chama mo sorry ne pay for sorry ye no say be ne wini hada eto abaye de edmai 2020 ya wini election 2024 yes abe campaign munya gidie chama mo ekasa munya gidie de eto aba edemai nti ade bia muhia ai biwo nkwa na sa hode wo a wo say ye nkwa ade me hye mo bo say be de class units no ye ma engineers na ba behwe omo hwe wi a ye be capture we legacy fan mu because sika o ma pindi abre say fa ye mpuntu no ye wo ochichemu your school there or your show there or near this 24-hour economy marketer and by next month you are solvable from all man class no your size can see there and you almost 20% are young final legacy projects projects are I can room I might be by I want to also to say a be say now you know yeah to be captured woman you meet my amana there amana you engineer for our because if say in 2028 no the party prefer chama so no mo kasa enya do make kasa there abre satan na kwa be dia danche e dey amomo
ya de ani kire Brim North ya no so ewo epoye mantem a owura Hakim Anchi Abdul enso na DC wo ho wasi suku enkwada ye mayo ne mpepi obi betena fie se wo nko suku a na ejina se wo bu ne nsa ne maame ne papa enye sika nkoto amoase ama no nti akwada ne ntimi mfa moja ne saa nko school mu tama school drop out pa apeja titiriw ewo emayo a wonmo asase ebu onsanom dodo no anso de ho to mema so so obeto sanitary pad ama no wokwa na wanyem no ntimpre wanyin senso emu apeja wo ho na sede be ya asade ne nyina no bebrase na mayo ani agi school hu nti no DC ya asase a wo cheche amoase ya sanitary pad e de ama saa school enkwada no na bra wo ye distribution no DC e kasae
peni se on tenase da e se ohwe make sure se school a nkwala be kono ahonidi e be boa ma omoso omotumi atrase asua de ye enti enye me wanwa se sene wo de nani ko ema ho no e be boa bribi ba bedu a e benya ema ya na omo e ko mo animu homesua mu intentem na ene so e betumi ade ababoa brimnof ye ni so ade ho pa kese ne se prowanyin sen kakra ne bo no ma ba ko mi no ko examination hall na omo afafuro no challenges ho no eno bi no man penye yi afuro nti ye bompa ye se fie da ye ni mu no yenya sa atibia na nkwala afanye fro bra omo ye den omo etro ensohwe mo mani nko ho masua so na omo de nyina ne se omo ni bibia ombe challenge se they don't have anything to complain say ombe de ombe sua de let me abo omo so masitene mu
Brim North mensini no pani kwantrefo a wo hwe ngomasua so ora Solomon Azulugu e de aseda MDC ni assembly no ewo mo a won mabeye emayo ya ewo empotamu ho na wo kire se abane bremu no ogidi se e de sinsanso papa so bebre won mo ngomasua wo ho
yes and da banse say wakai Brim North say school kolai memo mo sanitary pad because it will go a long way say ebebo ma personal hygiene no because na nkola no bebre wo ho a omo do time administrate na no mo niska on beto sanitary pad Ntayana boys need to meet that on one say we have to sanitary pad man and then a channel what man and say that's nice or sikana or the man on as or obesini pan no but yen himself sad we are by a bit messy sad loophole no e wo ho no enti ye da ban na say one man ya ta konya we any yes the DC any on hen awo krum ha Obrempong say o maboye ma yakọ fa sanitary pad e free kofu di aba na anko ese kasa keke but sanitary pad no woni tua no na egu hoi kakra na egu hoi ye wododo na nso wo ho a ye be kan na that emrepa mu no ye be chama nkola na ma akola bia nya at least best 5
afi 2025 mu bronya bosome no ne da etoso nso ebewurama bepie Obrempong bosome ne da etoso aduonu baako akronfo renfo eto se kunsu ene nempotamu nipa hodo a ewo ho so ekoji won niema brobi ema sabi ebinom kura koda ya sabia enam so ama posifo a wonum ewa asantimantamu edi akronfo renfo yi entente wa hwehwe wonum akiri kwan a enese me ne wo kasai wonum ababonten aposifo no ebo amane se wonsa kan akronfo renfo a wonum kodi sa adwuma no ewo kunsu ene nempotamu na wonum ede wonsa ache abankabam ya wonum di wonum bepakwa akopie courtu na courtu edi wonum asem sei ene bra police command Ashanti region wakasa no wakaye
aprosifo wa Ashanti memu ha onwa wodi robbery hu dwuma eni omunu anuma wo headquarters e ka bomu e kire ememma nan a yesusu se ono boss akro no ya e course on the 7th December e wo konsu emrante e chi omomudin na didi so yodi kan no de yaya seju a ye bone mrane se diamond wadi mfie aduonu nan ni otoso ye freno ata Israel ono so ye bone mrane se abodie ye sanso freno stone obo wadi mfie aduasamyenu na otoso miensa ye Victor Jan ono so ye freno city boy wadi mfie aduonu nsia ena Stanley we afia kenten ono so ye bone mrane se Figo wadi mfie aduasa police nhwehwɛ mu kyerɛ sɛ saa mmeranteɛ nan ɔmo ka robbery gang bi a ɔmo wɔ kunsu na ɔmo di nyamransɛm ɛwɔ kunsu ɛwɔ kronobɔ aduo da so ɛwɔ kunsu ɛne ne mpatam emra yɛkɔhwehwɛ suspect a odi kan yaya sedu a yɛtabɔ ne mra ne diamond no ne dem no yenya etuo pump action gun mienu etuo no baako ɛyɛ complainant a wɔgye ne nsɛm sika no ne dia yɛsanso hunu sekan akɛseɛ mmiɛnsa mobile phones enum a baako ɛyɛ complainant na ɔbɛ report case ma police ne dia yɛsanso nya etuo aboba bibi cartridges no aduonu mmienu ɛna sika mpem aduonum nan 54,000 Ghana cedis. Nhwehwɛmu kyerɛ sɛ December da ɛtɔ so no saa mmeranteɛ yi nan ɛne mmienu bi ɛka ho ɛto hyɛ aberanteɛ bi ɛfrɛ no Kinsley Asare so ɔne ne nuanom mmiɛnsa a na ɔmo free ɔmo mining site ɛbɛ fie ɛwɔ kunsu mankraso kwan no so ɛgye ɔmo nsɛm gold a yɛfrɛ no black yi gold powder no ɛne ɔmo sika ɛna afei ɔmo mobile phone ɛne etuo baako.
Enra Ghana Water Company Limited nkrabata ye wa santimantem ha de krata aba abontene so a na wonmo nam so de ebo omanfo etete ebu akwa ne nkwa adu nyina mane se adwoada no beye anwumre no nan empa mu wonmo guso ye adwuma ewo owabe water treatment plant no mu no ano wonmo pump baako eho tochema enti se de na nka won betimi de atwenso de afiri won abura mu no na wontumi nya ne saa to obabo nkroto ahodo bebre ya saa wo ha na aba no ebetimi aka wonom ya wonya nsuo ye kase mu kra ye ne owura padi na wo kasa ma wonom twetwe nkomo ema wo kire se engineers ne guso ye adwuma dendende ene eni gisem aba Ghana Water ebo amane se owabe water treatment plant enfidie ya ho touch ma no nyame adom engineers no abo adwuma gidigidi fridge no a abesi enewukoi ewi abaye donko empa mu ena wonom ye adwuma ni nyina wieye ya sesei enfidie no agina ne naso enti eba ne saa no ebo no mienu apa ho simanum na wonom afrase a wo so ne nsuo ne so na wonom acheche ede ama wo manfo enti wasre se ebia na wonsuo no ema ya wo mugusoa echeche dru ena enuru ba bia wote enti o manfo etete ebu akwa ne nkrotu a etwa ho ahia nyina no enka wakoma ento wayem enra na asam no ehu enei won ma wie bibia ya ensuo no befrase aye adwuma.
Te ebra ye kopie mu ewo NPP wonum abato kese a ebekoso na wape frankatufo ediama party no said ye beya obedi dom no anim ediakwa akon 2028 yete esi emonten so ema yen sentrofo kobusa emabunu ni nipa hodo a wonum ewo ahafo no se una wote Ghana anase mona ye koto aba no a enka hwan na obeto ama no na hwan na obepese obedi party nanim na wabeboa Ghana sei na mabunu ne kan no usoro no enti oba pepa me MPP se Kennedy ba me manage na ga say obi na ni so hye
ana o sa wonyuma oba obetuma boa ma youth no obia betuma yede anya biaye so Kennedy die o yi woni ni so say oba we ana meye won say wayan melete ba umyamre Kennedy nyamre Kennedy wonyamre entina andisi fo ntwe musuro no ti say Kennedy ba nya yani baje pa
yo dia me de me madwemu de dem ho sesi a waga ni ground so on betimi ato amana amana wi ni Kennedy Japan because you tell them no can nsem wo for my boys ne kana ono na aso bia peso wi ni na otimi ma competition say dey be Ghana betimi yakoso Saturday so omo party ni ye dia omo to ma Kennedy
papa no say yani da form ana papa no so say wonim de oye pa obata boy you to what is it o man da koma so tise mu dan
Ahafano Southwest manfo adwenkyere so na ye gina wie kase nyina mpani se kwan ne waseden ya na wie ewo yaboboa no kase hu aseda Millennium Construction adwumakuo ne dia won mo ye contractors ya wosi adan etonton wosan pensase eto dia manso ni ho ede ema won customers enti amfa ho ne ba bia pesa woto asase no wo Ghana ha ba bia no ene Millennium Construction enhwe emom asase ne tetrete say ya half plot full plot quarter plot obepe bi ato amam wa asase ne bi na wo ton so afakosha Millennium for ensa ya kokuma se boshen na Yas Junction fa number no wo screen ne so no na ne mpanimfo emonkomo wo munti na brebia ya de kase eba mwakwan mu wo Fache TV so mwakenkan fo anwumre eyeme AFIA sumwa Kaakyire menuabema
Obrempong Lisbon Perry
Lede mosi hani akramo nyame ya adoma wo chine ya wo prem to bre ye beba mwakwan mu bi yedase